She didn't have class to report to. She didn't have a job to go to every morning. She was very spontaneous. She was the type of person to get in her car and kind of go.
In the heart of Spartanburg, South Carolina, a vibrant young woman's life was tragically cut short, leaving a community in mourning and a family shattered. This is the story of Tamaika Huston, a life brimming with potential, extinguished in a senseless act of violence. But Tamaika's story is more than just a tale of loss. It's a stark reminder of the systemic biases that plague our society, a testament to the enduring strength of family, and a call to action to ensure that every missing person, regardless of their race, receives the attention and justice they deserve. Tamaika Huston was more than just a statistic. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, a student with dreams and aspirations. She was a vibrant part of her community, her presence radiating warmth and kindness. But in May 2004, Tamaika's light was abruptly extinguished, leaving a void that could never be filled. Tamaika's sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through Spartanburg. Her family, frantic with worry, reported her missing to the police. Days turned into weeks, and the search for Tamaika intensified. But as the investigation progressed, a horrifying truth began to emerge. The trail led to the apartment of Tamaika's ex-boyfriend, Christopher Hampton. Within those walls, a heated argument had escalated into a brutal act of violence. Christopher, consumed by rage, struck Tamaika with a hot iron, ending her life in a fit of senseless anger. In a chilling act of depravity, he hid her body in a closet, continuing his life as if nothing had happened. The following day, he disposed of her remains in a secluded wooded area, hoping to erase any trace of his crime. Christopher Hampton was eventually apprehended and brought to justice. He confessed to his heinous crime, and the court sentenced him to life in prison. But for Tamaika's family, the verdict offered little solace. The pain of losing their beloved daughter, sister, and friend was immeasurable. Tamaika's father, Anthony Huston, was particularly devastated by her loss. He carried the weight of his grief for years, ultimately succumbing to its crushing burden and taking his own life. Tamaika's death had a ripple effect, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. In the face of such profound tragedy, Tamaika's aunt, Rebecca Howard, refused to let her niece's story be forgotten. Fueled by the lack of media attention given to missing persons of color, she co-founded the Black and Missing Foundation,
where she accused him of hitting her and striking her.
However many flares can go off in a law enforcement officer's mind, that's how many would have gone off with Terrence Moss.
This organization is a beacon of hope for families like Tamaika's, providing resources, support, and a platform to amplify their voices. The statistics are alarming. Missing persons of color are disproportionately underrepresented in media coverage, their stories often relegated to the margins. This phenomenon, known as missing white woman syndrome, perpetuates a dangerous narrative that some lives are more valuable than others. It's a systemic bias that has real-world consequences, hindering investigations and leaving families without the support they desperately need. Tamaika's story is a powerful reminder that we cannot allow systemic biases to dictate whose lives matter. It's a call to action to challenge the status quo, to demand equal attention for all missing persons, and to create a world where every life is valued and every disappearance is met with urgency and compassion. As we remember Tamaika Huston, let us honor her memory by continuing the fight for justice and equality. Let us work together to dismantle the barriers that prevent all missing persons from receiving the attention they deserve. And let us never forget that every life has inherent value, regardless of race, gender, or socioeconomic status. Thank you for watching.
Christopher's defense team argued for the judge to consider his admission of guilt as a sign of remorse and sentence him to a maximum term of 40 years behind bars. Tamika's family were present at the trial and the judge allowed her mother, Gabriella, to speak on their behalf before he passed the sentence.